Welcome to my channel, where there is no mercy or comfort. If you love fear, you're in the wrong place and risking your life, because what I present is aimed only at dear hearts. What I'm about to tell you is not innocent things, but sick things. I will talk about the terrifying and frightening things I have found in the world, or within myself, or in this video. But before I begin, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to receive notifications of more scary videos. And if you dare, leave a comment below the video and tell me your opinion. But be careful, you may regret it. Now, without further delay, let's delve into the world of horror, but don't expect to come out unscathed. Scary story. Welcome, dear viewers, to this special episode. Brace yourselves for a journey into darkness and terror with trials in fear. Mitch King is plunged into a nightmarish game orchestrated by a sinister mastermind. As he faces chilling trials, he'll uncover horrifying truths that will grip you until the very end. Get ready to confront your deepest fears and embark on a journey you'll never forget. Don't turn away, for the horrors await. Let's go. As I walked along the golf course, lit by the serene glow of the moon and stars, I felt at peace. My headphones were on, streaming music, while my loyal companion, Leslie, trotted beside me off the leash. It wasn't until what seemed like 10 minutes later that I realized Leslie wasn't by my side anymore. With a growing sense of concern, I began to backtrack, calling out softly for her, headphones now in hand. I found myself near a large pond, or perhaps a small lake, its surface reflecting the moonlight in shimmering ripples. There, amidst the gentle waves, I spotted Leslie, soaked and sitting still. Panic surged within me as I hurried to her side, shedding my jacket to cover her trembling form against the night chill. As I ran home with Leslie in my arms, an uneasy feeling gnawed at me, but I brushed it aside, focusing on getting her warm and dry. However, as I tried to distance myself from the pond, it seemed to stay unnervingly close. With each step, the distance remained unchanged, and a growing sense of dread washed over me. Leslie's behavior only added to my unease, as she showed signs of distress, unlike her usual self. Before I could comprehend what was happening, I found myself forced into the water, something unseen knocking me off balance. Pond felt different, as if it held secrets beneath its surface, secrets I wasn't meant to uncover. As I struggled to resurface, a haunting song echoed in my ears, and a chilling presence gripped me from behind. Everything faded to black as I succumbed to the depths. My last memory, a glimpse of a mysterious figure in a blue and white dress. My name is Mitch King, and this is just the beginning of my journey through the trials in fear. Lost in a world where reality blurs with nightmares, I must confront the unknown lurking within the shadows, all while searching for the truth behind the eerie song that haunts my every step. I woke up in a dark and damp cellar, surrounded by rusty chains and hooks. I felt a sharp pain in my chest, and I realized that I had a metal device attached to my heart, with wires running to a timer on the wall. The timer showed 10 minutes left, and a voice spoke from a speaker above me. "Welcome to the first trial, Mitch. You have been chosen to participate in a game of life and death. The device on your heart is a bomb, and it will explode when the timer reaches 0. However, you have a chance to save yourself if you can solve the puzzle in front of you. On the table, you will find a book of riddles and a pen. You must write the correct answer to each riddle on the corresponding page, and then press the button on the table. If you answer all the riddles correctly, the bomb will be deactivated and the door will open. If you answer any riddle incorrectly or fail to answer them all in time, the bomb will detonate and you will die. The choice is yours. Let the game begin. I felt a surge of fear and anger as I realized that I was trapped in a twisted game by a sadistic mastermind. Who was behind this? Why me? What did they want from me? I had no time to think as I grabbed the book and the pen and began to read the first riddle. What has a face and 2 hands, but no arms or legs? I recognized the riddle as a common one, and I quickly wrote the answer on the page. A clock. I pressed the button and heard a beep. The timer showed 9 minutes and 30 seconds left. I flipped to the next page and read the second riddle. What can travel around the world while staying in one spot? I thought for a moment and then wrote the answer. A stamp. I pressed the button again and heard another beep. The timer showed 9 minutes left. I felt a glimmer of hope as I realized that the riddles were not too hard and I might be able to escape. I turned to the next page and read the third riddle. What is always coming but never arrives? I frowned as I realized that this riddle was a bit trickier than the previous ones. I racked my brain, trying to think of the answer. I glanced at the timer and saw that it showed 8 minutes and 15 seconds left. I felt the pressure mounting as I wrote the answer. Tomorrow. I pressed the button and heard a beep. The timer showed 8 minutes left. I sighed in relief as I confirmed that I was right. I moved on to the next page and read the fourth riddle. What belongs to you but everyone else uses? I thought for a while and then wrote the answer. Your name. I pressed the button and heard a beep. The timer showed 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. I was halfway through the book and I felt more confident that I could make it. I turned to the next page and read the fifth riddle. What has a heart that doesn't beat? I paused as I realized that this riddle was a bit ambiguous. There could be more than one possible answer, and I had to choose the right one. I looked at the timer and saw that it showed 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. I felt the tension rising as I wrote the answer. An artichoke. I pressed the button and heard a beep. The timer showed 6 minutes and 15 seconds left. I was relieved as I guessed correctly. I moved on to the next page and read the sixth riddle. What is black when you buy it, red when you use it, and gray when you throw it away? I thought hard and then wrote the answer. Charcoal. I pressed the button and heard a beep. The timer showed 5 minutes and 45 seconds left. I was almost done, and I felt a surge of adrenaline. I turned to the next page and read the seventh riddle. What has many keys, but usually only 1 or 2 locks? I smiled as I recognized the riddle as an easy one. I quickly wrote the answer. A piano. I pressed the button and heard a beep. The timer showed 5 minutes and 15 seconds left. I was 1 riddle away from freedom, and I felt a wave of excitement. I turned to the last page and read the eighth and final riddle. What is the most terrifying thing in the world? I froze as I realized that this riddle was different from the others. It was not a logical or factual question, but a subjective and personal one. How could I possibly know the answer? What was the most terrifying thing in the world to me? To the person who set up this game? To anyone? I looked at the timer and saw that it showed 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. I felt a surge of panic as I tried to think of the answer. I wrote down the first thing that came to my mind. Death. I pressed the button and waited for the beep, but there was no beep. Instead, there was a loud buzz and a red light flashed on the wall. I heard a voice from the speaker above me. Wrong answer, Mitch. The most terrifying thing in the world is not death, but fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the dark, fear of pain. Fear is what drives you, what controls you, what consumes you. Fear is what makes you alive and what makes you die. You have failed the first trial, Mitch, and now you face the consequences. I felt a jolt of pain as the device on my heart began to beep faster and faster. I realized that it was about to explode, and I had no way to stop it. I screamed in agony as I felt the fire burning inside me. I looked at the timer and saw that it showed 3 minutes and 59 seconds left. I realized that I had been tricked and that there was no escape. I had been doomed from the start. The last thing I saw was the pond and the figure in the blue and white dress. She smiled at me and sang the haunting song that had lured me into the water. She reached out her hand and whispered in my ear, "Welcome to the trials in fear, Mitch. This is just the beginning. There are more trials to come and more horrors to face. You will never be free, Mitch. You will never be safe. You will never be happy. You will only be afraid. Forever." The device on my heart exploded and I died. Thank you for joining us for this spine-tingling story. We hope you found it both thrilling and thought-provoking. If you enjoyed this video, please consider participating in our channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing it with your friends. Your support goes a long way in helping us create more engaging content for you. Goodbye, and may you always tread carefully in the world of the unknown.